Stump Station episode 32. And you've seen this man all over your social media, traveling Saudi and living the dream, traveling the world and being a content creator. Chris Connors, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. How's everything?
Very good, very good. And it's good to see you in person.
Yes,
I'm
the first
normally
time.
first time, first time seeing you. And normally I see you on social media trying food, seeing Saudi, traveling. And honestly, I feel like you're living the dream for some people.
It's,
Be-
it's good and bad. I can't lie. There's moments, but yeah, I love it, man.
And for anyone that doesn't know you, that may just randomly see you online and may recognize your face, who are you?
So I'm Chris Connors. I'm originally from Ireland. I grew up in a sports kind of background, and I lived in Dubai and recently transitioned into more of a content. And been in Saudi now 3 months, but two different times, so 9 months in total. So yeah, if you've probably seen my face before, it's not hard to probably recognize I've seen.
Look, there's not many people that have your accent and are white guy in Saudi creating content that people enjoy. But what are you really doing in Saudi?
Just showcasing people what it's like, because I think on the outside the media doesn't do Saudi too much justice, to be fair. So I just want to showcase my experience, life through the lens, almost just documenting the people, food, everything.
No, I love it. I love it. And I think as well, there's so many content creators out there doing this, but not many people go viral. Not many people feel authentic. So, like, how do you stand out? How do you be authentic to you and show people what it's really like?
Mate, I don't even like that's a common question that someone would ask you, but I don't know how to answer that truly, because it's just like I literally only have one equipment, which is my phone, and I just whip out the camera, 0.5, and then go with it. That's all I do. I don't plan it. I don't do scripts. I can't do scripts. I'll forget things. So I just turn and go, and I just speak my mind. There's nothing fake about it. It's just turn, go, and see what happens.
I love that. And when did content start for you?
So I did do content back during COVID times, but I didn't take it too serious. So really, fully knuckling down on it and trying to make it something that I could be successful in the future, I would say in the last year and a half.
And when you said knuckle down and focus full time, what does that kind of look like?
Researching trends, what works, doubling down on posting, multi cross function posting across all platforms, looking at similar creators in my niche and trying to replicate styles and put my own twist on it and just knuckle down essentially.
I love it. And how many times a day do you post across platforms?
So I'm posting probably now from Snapchat to Instagram, Facebook is a cross post, 2 a day. So 2 on each of those platforms. So maybe
Nice.
6 pieces of content a day, something like that.
No TikTok yet?
Oh, sorry, TikTok is also, yeah, 2 or 3 on that as well. TikTok is amazing.
No, it's good. It's good. And do you, for anyone that wants to get into content creation, do you do the same post every time or do you change it based on the
No,
platform?
I mean, you obviously do content as well, so you'll know, like, if something works, you want to replicate that also,
Mm.
no? But also, I want to do something different. I don't want to just follow the same piece of content all the time. So I will try something, and it might hit, and might miss, but that's where we'll change it and try to adapt it as much as possible.
No, of course. And your full time content.
Yes, content creation, yeah.
How does that feel knowing that that's your full time job?
Scary.
Yeah.
Like we were talking off podcast, you can always, for me, I'm 25 years of age. Common question that a lot of people ask. I don't really tell them my age, but I'm 25. I'll ask. I can always go back and work the normal job in Ireland for myself. It's not hard to get a role in sales, fitness, whatever. I can always do that. But I'm at that age where I want to take some risks and explore what happens. And it's uncomfortable at times, I can't lie, but I push through and hope for the best.
When you say it's uncomfortable, what's uncomfortable?
Well, if we're being real, obviously, like you're not guaranteed a guaranteed like salary. It's you're working on your own. You're basically like a freelancer. So some projects you might have some good money, some you might not. Some this month, okay, I made this amount. Might have to cut down on a couple of things budget wise. Might have to skip that coffee I can't order. I love coffee, but so I would say that aspect, you might not get some gigs that month. Who knows?
Mm.
Things might be going on in the world, and you just might be a bit dead, and you have to kind of cope with that. You put yourself in that situation. I have to deal with it. So.
And if you don't mind me asking, what was it like when you first started at the beginning? Like, was it like you investing your own money, your own time with no outcome?
Well, the only really outcome that or money I spent was kind of on my phone. Other than that, yeah, I mean, like you are spending money going to these places, whether it's Ubers or trying food, and but deep down inside, I know that the reward will come eventually. So I'm not too worried about it at the time. Sometimes I do.
No, that's fair. And I think as well, like I've been on social media for, I'm trying to think, a long time, and it can be tough. Like I went for a phase where I'd post every single day for years, get nothing, but there was no value. I'm just posting my life, or I'm in the gym, or if I'm honest, who am I? No one cares. And I think that's what people forget is, what do people get from your video? What do they get from it? Some sort of entertainment sometimes, some sort of value sometimes, and it is a game. And before even content started, right? Who was Chris before?
So I used to play professional football actually in Ireland.
Oh, nice.
So that was my dream. Had an ACL injury and obviously didn't go to plan. I think all footballers blame it on the injury, but it is what it is.
How old were you?
How old was I?
Yeah, when you got the injury.
16, oh, 17.
Oh, well, like that's
Oh,
young.
yeah,
Like that
young.
could have been a big change.
And then also I did it again in Oman, so recently. But yeah, football and fitness was a huge part of my life. Still is now. Maybe football a little less, but the fitness aspect was definitely there. So fitness and football.
When you were that young, you were like, I'm gonna make pro. That's something I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that was the dream. I mean, anyone at that age, I want to be a professional in football. And then obviously I seen that kind of didn't go. The stars weren't aligning,
Mm.
and then I shifted into more of physique and body and tried to look well and appearance.
And then you went into like fitness after that.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And when did that, not gonna say stop, but like when did you go from, how old were you from your fitness journey? That being the main focus, then content.
I would say really kind of knuckle down in the fitness. It came from football. You know, during football, you have strength and conditioning classes, you do some gym work. And I fell in love with more of the gym work than actually playing the football. But this is with the injury. So maybe that aligned well. And I was like, oh, I like this. Kind of started going into more of a hypertrophy training, building muscle. And I just saw the physique starting to change and I wanted to get bigger. You know, as someone goes to the gym, you're never happy with physique. Once you step into the gym, I'm never happy. I'm never happy. So I just tried to build as much muscle as possible and get strong. And I loved it.
And how old were you?
That time, probably like 19, 20, 21,
Nice,
in
so
around
young.
that, starting to pack on some muscle. Yeah.
And I love that because I agree. And I think I see the gym as like life as well sometimes. And I treat it like that is, you have a goal to look a certain way or be a certain way. But then once you get it, there's another step already. And I think it's the same with content, business, everything. Like what, you never truly get satisfied, right? You enjoy the moments, you enjoy the highs, but like you're like, right, what's next?
Yeah.
What's next?
You're never happy with it.
No.
Sad. It's sad. I
But
don't
I
know.
think it could be different on the outside world. Like, let's say you make a certain amount of money each month, or you get a gig that you want, or something like there's a satisfaction because you finally hit something. But I think in the gym, it becomes, all right, I'm just not enough.
Yeah,
And,
I agree.
and that can become so hard.
You're too big and you're like, "Ah, I'm very fat now. You're too skinny. You don't have enough muscle. You know
Mm,
that way it is.
yeah.
You're strong and you're not strong. It's hard.
Yeah. And I think as well, like, especially if you're on social media in my industry, you get judged no matter what. Oh, you look too big, you look too skinny, you look too fat, you don't look strong, you're too strong, like everyone. And it's like you can't please everyone. So you gotta please yourself somehow.
And it's a question actually. So like, there's some people out there who have the amazing physique, but they don't actually have like, let's say, all the qualifications. And then you might have the average guy, average physique, but has all the qualifications. As a guy who doesn't go to the gym, I'm kind of looking at this guy who's in incredible shape and going with him. Do you find that happens to you sometimes, or is that common out there?
Yeah, I think as well is that, look, in the fitness industry, I think you have to look a certain way. You have to in business. Like, because let's say like, we know this in general, but the best strength and conditioning coaches in the world are not in the best shape, right? Like if you look at American football, rugby, even in like soccer or football, whatever you guys call it, football, then that normally the best strength conditioning coaches are not in good shape. But when you come to a lower level, you need to be looking a certain way. And I think you can't look like that. I mean, I think you should look a certain way, but you don't need to, it's not everything. So normally they say the best athletes are not the best coaches, especially in CrossFit. Because they know what they need, but they don't know what other people need. But I do think, especially in Saudi, I think the way people perceive fitness, you still need to look a certain way.
So you think you have to kind of look the part?
To some degree. Like, let's say I think you need to practice what you preach, right? Like I'm a on my content, I'm a big believer in, look, it's okay to have a shawarma here and there. It's okay to enjoy life and go out, but it's that balance. And I promote that in the content, and it kind of shows the way I am. Like when I post, I'm not the most shredded guy. I'm not the most strong. But I think I still look decent, but my goal is very different. It's performance based. So I'm very much focused on that. So it doesn't matter how I look. But as long as if I'm not looking the worst, it's okay, right?
So your diet right now, is it like kind of like an 80-30 kind of
Uh,
healthy, then a
I
little bit
would
of
say a
this?
little bit. I would say more like 90-10. I would say, yeah, like mainly like
10% shawarma?
yeah. But like I don't the meals I'm not I don't crave. For me, it might be like something sweet, or it might be like bread.
Is that the guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
Bread?
Oh man, wraps every day. Every day I'll put my lunch in a wrap. Yeah, every day. And I say to myself, that's my one thing that I don't want to do. I don't want to give up. One wrap a day is fine. So like whether that be right, like basically like a small burrito, right? And it's fine because I'm like, what's the goal? It's not for a look, it's to perform well. So I still need carbs to perform well. But that's different, right?
But
So I
that's
think
only like 10%. It's
exactly,
not.
exactly. I think as well, like many people do struggle with getting in the gym and not making it quite a priority. And that's something I try and sell in when I say sell, when I try and promote and be like, look, you can still enjoy life as well as do it. And I think some of the hardest things people struggle with is travel, work, realizing that the gym isn't their main priority.
Find the balance.
Find the balance. And it's okay. And I say this to everyone. I'm like, we did a talk at a place the other day and I said, guys, whose priority is the gym? Everyone put their hand up. And I said, okay, so if work, you're gonna skip work. Oh, if your family needs you, you're just not gonna speak to them. You're gonna go to the gym. No, so it's not number one, but that's okay. And it's realizing that. And that's what we try and teach people. And one thing that you're doing as a lifestyle is content creation, going around the world. Your routine is not always going to be the same,
It's not
right?
fixed.
So, like for example, how do you even stay fit, get in the gym? How do you do that?
So I actually did a video on it. So you'll see people who see me, they might have seen my content. I do some food reviews. It's not always coffee as well. But one thing I always get in is my steps. I'm trying to get 15 to 20,000 steps
Okay,
daily.
nice.
This is something that's mandatory for me. I don't miss that. I track it, the Fitbit, Apple Watch actually at the moment. This is mandatory. So the gym part, as much as before I used to go gym 5, 6 days a week. Now it's probably about 4 days a week. And to be honest, if I was honest with myself, it's not as high intensity. But I know I'm not eating in a calorie surplus, so I'm not gaining weight. So I'm just at maintenance because I have those 15,000, 20,000 steps. So this is mandatory for me, those steps. Although it is hard with the heat.
Yeah.
People ask me, why am I walking in the heat? I'm like, I got to get those steps in. I got it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And how do you do it in Saudi? Get this? Did you just go outside in the heat and just deal with it?
Yeah, so the area where I live, there's a big, huge park. So I go out there, I do about 10 laps. I kind of know it off my head. 10 laps. I'll split that up between the day, and that's about 16,000
And
steps.
how long does that take?
Maybe I'll do 15, 20 minutes each time.
Okay.
Just go and walk, and then I'll break it up after food or something like that.
Nice.
But in terms of the gym that you were saying, the biggest thing is I just look at my body in the morning. As a gym guy, you get up, you look at yourself, you're like, "Ah, today's a bit. So I look at that and I'm like, yeah, I got to go back into the gym. I got to do at least a day here. So I know I'm not going 6 days a week, but I try to at least get 5 days, 4 or 5 days in.
When you're traveling, because you travel to different cities in Saudi, you go into Oman and all these, how do you get that in then?
So I would look at actually gyms there. I
Yeah.
would see what gyms are there, like if there's popular gyms, and then I would go and do like I'll slip it into my content. I'm like, okay, what is the best gym in Saudi? Let me do a little review. That gets me in there, and then I might, depend on how long I'm going for. Let's say maybe if I'm going for a week, I will try to schedule something for maybe 3 or 4 days in a gym like that. So I do look at gyms as well as like finding food spots and stuff like that. But gyms there is also something I look for. I try to slip in as best I can.
Do you even have like a routine at the moment? Like, cause you,
It's free ball.
yeah,
I'm free balling that, and there's no routine. Uh, like this morning, I woke up at like maybe 11, and now I'm here. I didn't go to the gym yet. I'll go after, but there is no structure really. I can't lie.
yeah. And I know I was talking about structure of the gym, but what about structure in life? Do you have a routine that you kind of do on a day to day? Because when people travel or when they work or when they're moving around, it can be hard to get like a routine going, right? But how do you get that for yourself, a routine with content, with posting, and as that is your job, you know?
Like as I'm a freelancer kind of, and I don't have specific people dependent on me for say, I know that has to be done. That work has to be done. So I have to research that content. So every morning I do get up, I'll have my coffee, I'll scroll a little bit. Sometimes doom scrolling, which I'm not happy about. But I'm scrolling to try get some content in my head of what I can do today. And then I might see a video or two. I might have some projects that I need to edit. So I will finish those tasks. And then I will look for content that I can make and find some areas or something that's popular right now on social media and try replicate that. So I do spend a lot of time on social media. I'm not happy about it that much, to be honest. but for the goal of I need to make it.
I agree, and I think as well as and I'm a content creator as well. I'd
There you
say
are. Yeah.
not full time like yourself. It's more for the business, but I would say like you do look at social media a lot, like you said, for inspirational ideas. And sometimes you get stuck and you end up doom scrolling, and it's the worst because you're like, I need to look at some content. Let's say you find the idea and you're still drinking coffee, you'll scroll a bit more,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm still scrolling, and I
Yeah,
haven't, and then I forget what I even was going to create.
yeah.
It's the problem.
And do you get up every day, think, okay, what am I going to do today, or is it ever planned?
Some days are planned. It depends on like how projects are going. I might have a project the next day, so I know something's going on here. Let me fill the gap. But if I was honest, most days it's free balling, man. I'm just a free baller right now.
So, halas, I think anyone out there that wants to create content, sometimes it's just do it, just do it, and try and just figure it out as you go, and be like, if this hits, okay, cool, just redo it.
And when you're creating content, I'm sure maybe you know as well, like sometimes the content that's planned, it's never even good. And then the content that I don't plan, it goes viral. I'm like, ah, man, it's just the simple clips. And these simple clips that are not planned might lead to bigger projects, which is the beauty of it. And it's also heartbreaking sometimes.
Like, one thing you do is really show the experience of Saudi, which is what I love,
Yeah.
and I think that's why you get a lot of followers and a lot of views, especially here when it's authentic. But what was your, like, first experience here actually like?
My first experience, when did I come here? I came last year, but yeah, last year, and it was during the summer. So my first honest reaction was, it's hot. I think it was probably hitting about 45, 50 degrees. I don't drive, so I was walking everywhere. So
Mm.
I was sweating. I was sweating hard. But the first experience was the media, like I said before, this doesn't, I came with some expectations in my head. It's going to be very strict. I can't wear shorts. And actually, this is the first time. So I had shorts on. I needed to go to the mall to get a SIM card. And I went in, and on the sign, it said, no shorts. Like I had a picture with a cross on the shorts. And I was like, I'm wearing shorts here. I don't know what's going to go on. I walked in, and the security guard's there. He's welcoming me. How are you? Where are you from? Talking very positive to me. Asked him where the STC
Mm.
counter was. And he just pointed to me there. And I was like, okay, this is not maybe what it seems like. So for me, I saw like a big, on the mall, a big red mark saying no shorts and stuff like that. So I was a bit curious. I'm like, what's going to go on here? Am I going to get kicked out?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I walked in, and it was fine. So it was different. It was different. Yeah.
How did you find the people?
I mean, Arab people in general, if we're just talking Saudi, the hospitality is top notch. You've been here for 9 years. You can obviously speak on that yourself as well. It's for me, it's number one. The people are amazing, and not in just in terms of like they might give you a gift or something like that. I'm talking about even something that's important to me. They're teaching me like Arabic, smaller words, trying to help me develop, and it's amazing. I can't praise it highly.
I think as well is like we see a lot of people like ourselves say this online,
Yeah,
and it might be like, oh, you're just saying that because you live here and all that crap. But I'm like, I don't think you realize, like, in the UK and Ireland, I think people are very different. And I'm not gonna badmouth it, but I will. Is especially where I live, people could be more arrogant, less friendly, less welcoming to brand new people, right? Whereas here it's a flip. It's like, oh, you're new, let me show you around.
yeah,
And like, have you ever had it? I don't know about you, but like when my parents came, the first Uber they got here, like we picked them up from the airport, we took them out, and then we had to get an Uber somewhere. And they were like, oh, it's your first time in Saudi. The Uber driver offered to take us to the desert. And I was like, I live here. It's okay. I'll help them out. But it's like you wouldn't get that anywhere else.
no, you would get that, and it's taking time out of their day. And what benefit do they get sometimes for it? They're just trying to help people, and I haven't had that experience. But like sometimes I'm getting into an Uber, and the guy just randomly has a coffee there and said, "Here you go, have that." And I'm like, "This is just crazy." Or I think the first time I came, the gentleman he gave me, he's a gal. Just I was looking at it, I was like, "What is that?" I didn't know anything about the culture at the time. He's like, "This is." He was explaining what it was. Here, take it. And I was like, "Wow, like you just gonna give me this?" It's insane.
Yeah.
Wallah.
People are very friendly and welcoming, right? And it's you notice it as well. It's there's a meme on social media which everyone knows. When you get Arabs together, it's like, no, I'll pay, no, I'll pay,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
pay. And from someone, it's normally like, hey guys, let's split the bill. It's very different.
It's very different. That's something that's very noticeable. I'm sure you put, even now I find myself doing it, to be honest. Like, let me pay for that, you know.
Yeah.
So that's rubbing across on me, and
And I love it.
I
It's
love
what
it too.
and for anyone that isn't here or not from Saudi, how would you really describe Saudi for someone that hasn't seen it in person?
It's in its experience. The people very amazing. What they're building here in terms of sports, in terms of like theme parks, everything like that. It's the future for me. It's where I want to be. And for anyone that is afraid to like come, I would say don't look at the media. Come and experience it yourself, and then make the judgment. Uh, that's what I did. I didn't listen to the media. I wanted to go and see myself, and I'm here and I'm loving it every minute.
Well, you've been here a few times and now you're staying. So
I love it, man.
yeah.
I love it. And if you've been here for 9 years, I mean, tell me about your experience a little bit. Like 9 years is a long time.
Oh, let's flip that interview. I love it. For me, man, like I think anyone that would have come in 2017 and 2026 would get a completely different view. 2017, like let's just say facts. Women couldn't drive. Segregation was in every restaurant. No, um, no theme parks, no cinemas, no anything, right? There was stuff, but not a lot. And compounds, private parties, and private things were very common. So if you didn't know people, it's not as much. Whereas now, you could do something new every day. You could go experience the culture, go to the desert. You could go to the Riyadh and see the castle and see where people used to live, as well as see the new area.
Yeah.
Or you could just go to the cinema, or you could, and people are like, oh, cinema, we have that everywhere else in the world. I don't think you realize some of the cinemas here are like luxurious as fuck. So,
It's like we say that they're like, yeah, we could just go for a coffee, but it's not just the coffee. It's the best coffee, and it's experience. And like you're saying with the cinema, it's not just the normal cinema that you go in the UK and Ireland. It is an experience. They have that luxury. They have the food options. It's completely different.
And that's what people need to realize is that people's hospitality, when we say hospitality, it's not just the people, it's everything they do needs to be an experience, needs to be something an extra. It's just extra. That's the best way to describe it. And it has to be like that. That's the way to describe it. So let's say you're going to a coffee shop. It's not just, oh, it's like Starbucks and Costa, and you walk in. No. It has to look a certain way. There's a theme to it. And that's what you're going to get, right? So that's what I'll describe is, and also the coffee is 10 times, 100 times better than the UK. So if you love coffee, just come for that.
That's
Yeah.
that's one aspect for sure. You've probably seen some of my videos. I go to coffee shops. I love it. It's an experience.
Yeah, for sure. And like when you go home, when was the last time you went home?
Oh, last year.
Yeah, and the coffee back home, no, I don't know about you. It's just terrible. It's terrible.
What's going on? What's viral now? They're burning the bean.
Burning the bean, Jim Skin. Yeah.
They're burning the bean, and not to mention the price of them back in Ireland
Yeah.
right now is ridiculous as well. It's like
Well,
€7.
I think you'd need to get someone like him like that in Saudi because like his content would go crazy.
Yeah, man.
Would go crazy. And that it's
It's
just that geezer style
It's
and
amazing.
so good.
Oh, it's amazing.
But that's a great example. Anyone that doesn't know Jim Skin, check him out because he was doing content 5, 6 years ago. And there was a post about him making the same content
Yeah.
for 6 years. Now it's kicked off.
He used to do gym content.
Yeah.
He did, didn't he?
Gym
Yeah,
content,
I seen
yeah.
it.
And it's like now it's just a few things that's made his personality do it. Like it's like, oh, you hear that tune, Si? You seen that? And then
Drop
the
the
shoulder,
shoulder,
the
drop
shoulder,
the shoulder.
and drop the shoulder, burn the bean. Like those sayings made someone go viral, but he's the same guy. And it's crazy. That's what can happen with social
And
media.
he
now.
stuck to that one thing, which is consistency.
Yeah. And he was doing well. Now he's doing really well.
Now he's doing extremely well.
Yeah,
And I think he's going to go and travel around the whole UK, I think.
I think so too. But I think he should come to Saudi. I'll try to try someone sorry to
Drop
speak
a
to him.
message.
Yeah. If he messages me back, right? But one thing for sure is that like the Saudi culture is different all over the place, right? And when I say different, I mean like different dialects, the way they eat, the way they do things. Where have you visited in Saudi?
So I've been to the big cities of Riyadh, Jeddah, Khobar, Dammam, and then the smaller ones like El Mejma, which was recent. So that's a little bit smaller. I don't know many people would even know that. But I've been to the bigger ones and then El Mejma. So not many places, but I want to go to a few more.
What's the next step?
I would love to go to Jazan, Tabuk, I think it's called,
Tabuk, yeah.
and Alula.
I don't know, of
Yes,
course.
and Abba.
Abba,
Yeah, I heard that's amazing.
Yeah, Abba, I've heard amazing things. Definitely probably go in the summer, so then it's cooler there,
Yeah,
right?
you
And
haven't traveled around, have you?
no,
What's going on there?
I've been to Riyadh and Jeddah.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. I think it's different now. I've got more freedom. But
Yep.
when you have a job, right, and we spoke about this a lot. So when you've got a job, you only got a certain amount of vacation days.
course.
You're like, oh, I've got to go home once a year,
Yeah.
and then I want my own time once a year, and you're like, it's different now. There's more flexibility, and there's more time for me and my partner just to go. So I think now it's more open.
So where's on your list to go?
Aba for sure, Alola definitely, or just the Red Sea in general. I
The Red
think
Sea is
is just
beautiful.
amazing. Um, do you know what? I've actually never been to Hobart to actually be in Hobart and Dammam because I've gone there to go to Bahrain.
Okay.
You know, and you're there for
You've
like
gone through it.
yeah, like we went through a few restaurants there and then
Yeah.
left, but it's the experience of being there would be nice. I've heard it's very different. Yeah, I'd say those are the next places I would say.
And so you've been here for 9 years. How many times have you been to Jeddah? A few times? Fair few?
Three times.
Oh, can you are you able to tell me the main difference between Jeddah and Riyadh? Really,
Mm.
is there?
Yes. Two things. One, I would say the people. So nothing bad about any of them, but Jeddah people are more open compared to conservative, and that's both is fine. Why? And the reason why in Jeddah you're going to get more mixed raced people, right? You've got people traveling in from all over the world to go to Medina, and they may have settled there. So you've got, as they say, not pure Saudi. I'm just
I heard
saying
that
that.
before. I
Yeah.
heard that.
So
I heard it.
look, I'm just mentioning the word, but why? Because your mum might be from somewhere, your dad from somewhere. So people got mixed cultures and they're bringing it together.
More of a background there?
Yeah, more of
Okay.
a background. So like you've got that massive mix. You'll see less people, women covered up compared to Riyadh. Both is fine either way. But also you'll see more outside, I would say, activities in Jeddah compared to Riyadh. And I would say Jeddah are more similar people. Does that make sense? Like everyone's multicultural, more open minded, more similar. Whereas I'd say Riyadh, there's a massive diversity. You know, you've got people that are conservative or not. They are very religious. They're not. They're very um, work orientated.
Yeah.
They're very want to go out and enjoy the weekend. You know, there's massive diversity here. Whereas I would say Jeddah people are more chilled,
I was
relaxed, go
about
with
to
the
say,
flow,
yeah.
and they're more open. Like that's the easiest way to describe.
So would you say like Riyadh is like some people use these words like Riyadh is business,
Mm,
Jeddah is more relaxed.
yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And Jeddah has the beach, isn't it?
Yeah,
So a
Jeddah has
lot
a
of
beach.
expats come there for the beach.
Yeah, and I think I know I probably went in more detail than you did, but that's the best way to surprise it, right? To summarize it. And I think I would definitely say if you want to go and enjoy life but still work, go to Jeddah. If you want to grow on anything, whether that be social media, whether that be business, whether that be business, like your work, Riyadh's the place.
Yeah, I've only been to Jeddah twice, I think.
And look, it's great. It is good.
It is nice.
It's very, very open, but I would say it's gonna be different. And
The weather is a bit sticky here.
oh, so sway, so sway.
Oh, so
Even in
sweaty.
March, I went in January and it was still sway.
Yeah, it's so sticky. Here it's hot,
Yeah,
but Jeddah it's sticky.
so different. It's more dry, right?
Yeah, exactly.
With that being said, like we compare Saudi and the UK or Ireland. By the way, whereabouts in Ireland are you from?
I'm from Dublin, the capital.
Yeah, okay.
Have you been to Ireland?
Never. That is in the UK, right? That's Northern Ireland, no?
No, Dublin is the capital. It's right on the coast.
Oh, okay. So let's say, for example, what is the biggest differences, would you say, in the two, the UK and Ireland compared to Saudi? What is the one big difference that you would say stands out to you straight away? Outside of the people, because we mentioned
Yeah, of
that.
course. I mean, obviously, the one is obviously weather, of course. In Ireland, you're getting that doomy weather all the time, which I don't know if there's science behind it, but it does make you a little bit depressed.
Mm.
A lot of the people in the
Yeah,
UK,
yeah.
they know that you wake up and you see that gloomy, you just don't want to do anything.
Mm.
So I would say the weather is definitely one. I find the food a little bit better here as well, to be honest. A lot better. So I would say that. And then a big one for me that I've noticed is opportunities. I can grow a lot more in these countries than I can in my own country, and that's just me speaking truth. It's not saying anything bad about my people. I love the people, and the Irish people are very friendly. Uh, but it's just a certain point where I can reach there, and I can't go above. So I have to. So I would say opportunities.
Nice. And what about, like, let's say we said like activities or something to do. What is one thing you get in Saudi that you couldn't get back in the UK? Experience or activity wise?
In Ireland, I don't know if you can go like jet skiing and stuff like that. I don't know if they even have that.
Yeah.
I really don't. So I would say more historical places also. Like I just recently went to El Mejma, Shager, some historic villages. Don't know if there's many of those in Ireland. They might have like one site or something
Or
to
a
see.
museum or something.
Yeah,
It's not
but
the same.
it's not the same. Yeah, I'd say some historical stuff, tradition. A
And
lot
what
of
about the other
tradition.
way around? What is something we could get in the UK and back home that we don't get here?
Alcohol. I know. I was like, no, listen, Irish people, I speak for my own people. I can't speak for the UK. I've been a few times, but Irish people are very friendly.
Mm.
They are extremely friendly. Although I've never met any Saudi people actually when I was in Ireland, but I do have a lot of people that go over and do some study there. So I would say maybe the education is okay there. It's not too bad, especially in terms of doctor stuff, nurse stuff, that kind of stuff. So education maybe.
No, it's fair. And I think as well, one thing that comes to mind, I know you said alcohol. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because my dad had one when I was a kid, but a pub vibe, you can't replicate that, right? Like watching the football with the guys in the pub, even if you're not drinking, it's just a certain vibe that you can't replicate in a coffee shop.
You can't.
You know,
And
so I enjoy that. I don't know about you, but I enjoy that.
yeah,
And that's something I would always say I miss. Like to go into the guys, watching the football, even if it's a Diet Coke, I don't care what you drink. And that's so different compared to here in
hugely
a coffee
different.
shop. And that's the only thing that I would say that you can't experience.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I probably miss there. You know?
That I've been to a few before, like that close knit group watching the football. You're watching the World Cup or something. I don't feel that as much here, and that's something that yeah, UK and Irish people they have that. Even
That's true.
European probably actually.
Yeah, true. And I think as well, like, look, don't get me wrong, coffee shops here, they love everyone loves football here.
Everyone does.
And for anyone that doesn't know, you do love football, right?
Yes, sir.
And who's your team?
And support the best team. I'll have that.
I wouldn't say it's the best. Again, look, Ronaldo fan through and through. El Nassr will win the league this year. You know, quote now. You know,
I do love Ronaldo as well, by the way.
yeah,
He is the best.
he's the goat. Like, there's no hands down. But you're a United fan, right? So that's
I
why.
am, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
He was at United, so
That's at least you chose one thing that was good. And for yourself, right? Like when it comes to for you, who you are, your whole journey, like from football to like S&C coaching and fitness to now content creation. Where do you see this going? Where do you see content actually going?
it's a question. It's a great question actually because it's a question I have to ask myself every day to be honest, and I have to be brutally honest with myself. Like we were talking before, I can always go back to Ireland and just work the normal job, but I don't want to do that. I do see myself being one of the biggest content creators in the Middle East, not just Saudi. People who follow my content, it's quite big in Oman and Saudi. It's kind of half half actually. So I love the Middle East, and I do feel like I would love to travel, inshallah, the whole Middle East, gain as much experience and knowledge. I would love to be fluent in Arabic one day, so that's obviously a journey that I'm on too. Um, I want to just keep growing my social media to as much capabilities as I can, to be honest, and see what opportunities come. We were talking about routine and stuff like that. I really don't have it.
Yeah.
Every day is a new day. Every piece of content is a new content. And the beauty about social media is one piece of content could go extremely viral and open the door to something that I wouldn't even know was possible.
I'm someone that when I was doing content purely to just go viral, and this is just after COVID, same time I was on TikTok and the goal was just viral clips basically. And I went from, oh, I want to help people to talking about Saudi. And I would say I was one of the first expats really doing that. And I lost who I was. Instead of talking about self development and fitness, I was talking about Saudi, 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 Saudi. And I was like, even though I grew quite well, I went from 0 followers. I remember it was January 2021, 0 followers. I hit 150K in 5 months
On TikTok or?
on TikTok.
Nice.
And I was like, that's pretty good, right? I thought I was hit 100,000 in 4 months. And I was like, this is amazing. And then I just realized I got caught up with the likes, the follows, the engagement. And I lost myself and I quit because I was like, that's not who I am. Like people know me as a guy talking about shawarma and food. But yet, if I talk about the gym, people are like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, this is my career, you know?
I get you.
And but how do you not get lost in the views, in the followers and the money, right? Because that's your full-time job. How do you not get lost in that and stay true to who you are?
I do get lost in it, and I have drifted away from of who I was at times. Like we were talking about gym, I used to do gym content. It wasn't a real purpose that I wanted to do, but it was doing well. Um, I do get caught up in looking at the likes, comments, views, shares, all that stuff, and it's not something I'm proud of. But it's the job you're in, and unfortunately, uh, well, I don't know how that like views is the same as like results almost. If you're working for a client, like how that what that looks like, the views, that's your results. So for me, that is my results. So I have to improve that, and I have to dissect it and try to make it as best as possible. And it's not pretty because you're looking at yourself and like, I like this piece of content, but it's not doing well. Why? And then I get in this brain of like, oh, it's terrible. And I will take a few days off social media when it's not what I want to do really. But it's just I let that moment of it's just one video get to my brain, and
Does that happen a lot where you just feel like I can't do I just need a
yeah,
couple
for
days
sure.
off? Do you celebrate the wins? Like let's say you don't need to say numbers, but your biggest financial month, your highest number of views, your you hit a certain amount of followers. Do you celebrate those?
I do, yeah, because it is a moment for me. It's a career I want to succeed in. So when I hit 100,000 or 200, yeah, it is a moment. Or like a video that does extremely well, like one recently did extremely well, speaking some Arabic with the taxi
Yeah.
drivers. I like that, but I also like the engagement on it with the people that are happy about that content because that content is real. It's not fake.
Yeah.
That's an experience that I went into the taxi and started speaking Arabic. That's real.
That was the video where you got in a taxi and he was surprised that you spoke Arabic, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
seen
yeah.
that? Like that video did extremely well, and I've got actually some good people reaching out to me and connections with that video. And a lot of content creators they won't be real with that, and they say I make those pieces of content because I'm trying to build a connection also and build my audience. So I need to um, message those people back and see what the opportunity is there. But that content was real, and you can see on the engagement the people loved it. So
And what were the numbers, the views?
I think that video did about 8 mil, 9 mil, something like that.
Some good numbers.
Yeah, comments was crazy, and it did on all platforms. That's the thing. So it did it on Snapchat about 1 mil, and then on TikTok about 4 mil.
Mm.
So that post did well across all platforms. So for me, that's a win. That's a big W.
Would you repost it and just post it again?
I would, but there's a time
Yeah, you gotta wait.
you gotta wait maybe a couple of months
Yeah, I agree, I agree.
for sure.
And I think that's something I found out recently, from my because I have a business coach that helps with business, and they were like, "If a content hit off, give it 6 to 8 weeks, go again."
Do it again.
Because it did well, and there's people that haven't seen it. And as you know, it's a For You page or it's not for your followers,
Yeah.
so it's for different people. But yeah,
And you might not have a piece of content to post, and you noticed as well. Put it up there. Who
that's
knows?
true. And no, that's amazing. And what did you celebrate that views? Because that was the highest viewed video or
It's not my highest viewed video.
oh, what is?
My high, I can't really speak on it, but I did 25 mil, and it was in Dubai.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's just a good video, but I have it archived at the moment for certain reasons. But
Okay, okay.
25 mil,
Yeah.
yeah, that was
And
my highest
look, it happens. I've done a video before where I had to
archive.
archive it, whatever reason. It happens politically or upsetting too many people, or
Yeah,
even just sometimes it could be just not what you want to show.
actually, to be honest, the point you touched on it, that piece of content wasn't me. I
Mm,
wasn't happy with it. When I look at that, I look at it, I'm like, it's not me. It's not who I want to be. Let me archive it. It did extremely well, but I'm not celebrating that win at all.
yeah, that's fair.
It's not me.
What about a video that you did celebrate? Was there a video or even a follower hit or something where you're like, man, I'm just so glad I hit that. Was there a number which you were like, man, I'm proud of
So
that?
I was talking about it with my friend the other day. Followers to me is like also money as well when you think about it. You want to gain
Yeah.
that, but I would really rather have 10,000 followers that are completely loyal
Mm,
that would buy a T-shirt that I release or something like that than have 100,000 who are in and out.
yeah.
Truly,
Yeah.
community is super important for
Yeah, I
me,
agree.
and the community I have built here between Saudi and Oman is it's really being special. It's sometimes even emotional when I look at the engagement on it. It's insane, man. Insane.
And if you don't want to say, you can ignore this and it's fine. But that's something I definitely want to touch on is financials. And you don't need to say numbers if you ever don't. Is how can anyone truly be financially stable with social media full time?
It's a tough question. I think the most rewarding one is YouTube. I believe so, but I don't do YouTube myself. So there is the likes of Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, and then Facebook. Instagram, they don't pay you in terms of only collaborations. They have some new features getting released soon. Um, but for me, it's your results. You have to start with not making anything. We talked about that. I didn't make anything starting off. It was actually in the red all the time until you start getting that 1 gig, 2 gig, and you see, oh, this is nice. And then you try to build on that. But I'm not chasing money. I'm chasing the community. And I know in the future that money will come.
And is it collaborations is the main source, right?
Collaborations, yes, absolutely. And then Snapchat is monetization. So you get
Oh,
paid.
really?
Yeah.
So with Snapchat, because I don't know a lot about it, is how do you monetize Snapchat?
So I believe you first have to have over 50,000 followers. And then he has to be posting every single day on a story,
Hmm.
like about 28 snaps a day.
That's a lot, right?
It is a lot, but it's not really when you think, because you post a video that might be a minute long video, that could be like 15, 30, 20 snaps. So it's,
Oh, really? So
yeah,
Snapchat's only like short.
yeah. So it's just like 20, 28 stories basically.
Oh,
It's
okay,
not
okay,
that hard as people think it is.
okay,
Truly, like if you're documenting your whole day,
okay.
very easy.
And that's what you do?
Yes. Like even today doing this, like just documenting, having fun.
Oh, we'll make
Uh,
some content after. So.
yeah. So yeah, there's that. And then Facebook has as on reels, so you get paid from
I didn't know that.
Not a lot, but it is what it is.
Oh, I'll check it out. And like, so obviously for you, Snapchat is your main source of income,
Yeah.
right now. And someone that wants to get into it, like me, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, YouTube with the podcast. How can even myself really transition into Snapchat to monetize that?
Well, firstly, just to repost your content that you're already posting straight
Because
across.
Snapchat has like reels
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it's called Spotlight.
Didn't even know.
You don't even know that?
Because Snapchat back in the day for me was just friends to friends.
No, no, it has Spotlight. It's one of the highest paying monetization programs right now. So you just post those videos across, and you let that build up. And I believe, well, I know it's Snapchat's one of the biggest platforms here actually. They use that, so I dived into that, changed it a little bit, put some more Arabic titles on it because it hits that niche, and it's doing well.
Do you write it in Arabic?
I use ChatGPT. I don't write that well, to be honest. Or now I start giving it to a friend who's
Okay, okay.
fluent. And
I'll just have to ask my partner. She's Saudi, so I'll say, "Hey, look, can you just translate
lucky,
this to
lucky
me?"
you,
Yeah, yeah,
lucky
yeah.
you, man.
But I get asked a lot, "Do I have Snapchat? Do I have Snapchat?" And I'm always like, "No." But I know that here people pay a lot for it. Even other content creators I've spoke about, and this is for anyone out there that wants to create content, because I need to get started on Snapchat. Is Snapchat is their main, and then Instagram and TikTok just comes with it. So they're like, "Hey, can I have your pay for you to be on Snapchat?" And then they're like, "Cool, I'll just post it on Instagram and TikTok as well," and it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And there's some big, big pages on Snapchat that repost my content that I don't even see sometimes. And then I have some followers that will send it to me, and I'm like, oh my god, this page is like 10 million, and they repost something about Saudi or something like that. So Snapchat's amazing.
And is it based on views for what you get paid? I guess.
Yeah, so they have a window where it's like, let's say if you have a video that goes viral within like 24 hours, you will get a certain amount. They call it crystals. That's like the conversion into dollars or euros, whatever it is. So your video has to do extremely well within 24 hours, kind of.
And if it does well after that, you'll still get money, but not as much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the first, I don't mind sharing. Like the first amount of money I made on Snapchat from silly post was about $2,500
Mm.
for a piece of content that was so simple to make. And I was like, $2,500. That's some people's salary in a month. In Ireland, it's probably about that. So I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And that aspect is like, you can make money here.
Yeah.
And just kept going with it.
I don't think I've ever made money from views.
Really?
Yeah, never.
On any platform?
No, not from TikTok or whatever you get like gifts and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, of
It's not the
course. Yeah,
same.
yeah, I don't.
Never from views. Whether that be from the business to convert to the business.
That's what I'm saying. So
That
views in a
yes,
different
yeah,
aspect.
yeah, yeah. So like, let's say right now videos are going really good in my niche that I like. That the business is doing. We've got so many calls booked as a result. Great, but in terms of instant reward, you don't get it, right? You got to sell something. And I think that's where you got to go either the route. If you want to do social media, I think sell something or provide a service that's valuable or do what you do with the views, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best, man.
And I think as well that it's so hard now to stand out on social media as an expat compared to before. We've got many expats, even myself, doing podcasts. You've got many expats talking about Saudi and life here. But I know I've asked you this, but how do you personally try to stand out, even though you see a niche and you try to recreate it? But how do you show that you're different?
Well, I think I know I'm different in a sense because like I'm just I don't like I talked about it. I don't script anything, nothing whatsoever. Even if I'm working with brands, if they want to have certain aspect of it, okay, but I'm not scripting it. So none of my content is scripted. I just don't like that aspect of doing it. Other ways I try to do it is just to keep it more natural. Just let the camera flow, and I will look at it in post production to make sure that it's perfect. But standing out, I really don't know how to answer it. Because I am literally just myself. It's hard to answer that question.
Yeah.
Like how would you describe that for yourself? You have to say it.
Some people, especially here, don't like that. So I try not to show too much of that. Like I don't swear all the time in my content the way I used to. And it's not because of it's not me. It's more about like, is that the audience I want? Some people don't like it. Cool, just don't follow me. It's okay.
Yeah.
And it's just keeping that, right? And I think being true to who you are is tough. And I think it can be harder for me because I don't care what anyone thinks, but I've got people in my life that do care a little bit more than what I do, what people think. So you got to keep them in mind as well
Yeah.
because they're associated with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I find the hardest. But I think standing out is just be you, right? Like
What is being you?
I think,
You know what I mean?
and I said this to a girl that who posts on social media about fitness, and she's amazing, and she's got like 9,000 followers, and I'm like, when you talk on camera, I don't feel like I'm talking to you like I do in person,
Okay.
and I think that's what you need to be. When you're talking to a camera, when you're doing things, as if you're talking to someone that knows you, right? Like that's who you are.
Yeah.
I think that's what is authentic.
Yeah.
Okay, your voice may change. Like people that see me on interviews, yeah, your voice is a bit different or you're a bit more serious when you're in business, right? But I'm still talking to you. Like a great example is this girl. She's amazing, and she's one of my clients. She will make weird noises all the time and be like, "Oh my god, this is too much!" Like weird, like high pitched sounds, but as fun, and it's funny.
Yeah.
But she won't post that online. And I'm like, "But that's you, literally all the time. So why not just show that?" Because it's being scared of people not liking it. And I'm
Okay.
like, I think that's the hardest. You
It
know?
is. But some people put on that gimmick, don't they? I mean, you watch fitness, you probably know Greg Doucet. Greg Doucet? He does the
Can't.
videos of the fitness. He changes his voice all the time.
Maybe.
But he changes his voice and it does extremely well. But
Yeah,
off
yeah,
camera, he talks normally.
yeah,
That's working for him.
yeah,
So he's going to stick to that
yeah.
aspect. I do feel like you can get lost on social media, pleasing people, for sure. You see a comment and you're like, I don't like the way you look or you speak, and you're trying to change that. But for me, man, I'm just a 25-year-old, not really a great education. I don't really care what anyone thinks, to be honest.
And I think that's the best way to be. As long as if you don't post to try and offend people, it's fine.
Exactly. Yeah. And when you do social media, you know what you should be posting or not posting, and stay away from that and don't do that.
Like I said as well, there's a video on YouTube, you can still look it up. I haven't taken it off. Is when I showed life in Saudi when I first came. And I showed people in a coffee shop, so trying to pick up girls. People got very offended. It was like, you can't do this. Maybe I should have taken it off. But it's 2017. There was no laws in play for that yet. So I was like, halas, it's there. I didn't make money off it. Nothing. So, but people got a bit offended because, yeah, it might have been wrong, but now I know not to do that.
But you didn't know that at the time.
Yeah. And also there was no laws back then for social media. Like now they've just put laws in play, like not filming people in public that don't want to be filmed. But it's 2017. 9 years ago, people don't have that. So that's the case. And I think as well as I'm a big believer in like having a goal and a big believer in whether that be on social media goals, financial goals, life goals. What about you? Like, what are your goals in life, your goals on social media, your goals financially? You're 25. So when you're 30,
Where would I want to be when I'm 30, kind of thing?
yeah.
Of course, social media to be grown. I would love to launch a business. We're drinking coffee right now. I love coffee, man. It's the best thing in the world, I think. So I would love to. I take Saudi Arabia as an inspiration for me also to build something in Ireland in terms of what they build here in coffee shops. I would love to build something in Ireland. So it's an idea in the back of my head, maybe towards the late 20s. That will be something. But continue to grow on social media. Continue to learn. Like I said, Arabic. I would love to be fluent in Arabic within 5 years. I would love that. Travel around the whole Middle East, gain as much attraction, followers, connections, whatever you want to call it, from that. Be in a happier place mentally, my body, and maybe actually meet the right woman as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like,
Look,
yeah,
you're young, man. You're 25. I've been with my partner 7 years. So, yeah, I met her when I was 25, actually. So,
okay.
yeah. So, but you don't know, right? Like, and I think with anyone, like, you don't know when that's going to happen. That's actually a funny story. I remember when we met, I said, never done this, by the way, ever. I've always been like a very, not scared of commitment, but like not trying to put pressure on it, you know? And I remember like, I met her and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I was like, if we're together a month or not, I'm just letting you know. I'm just don't want to speak to anyone else, not even just chatting. Like, and at the beginning, that's tough, especially when we've been on one date. Like, and I was like, look, I'm just letting you know. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is about you, but I'm just not going to talk to anyone else. And I've never done this before, but I want to try. And now we're going to get married. So
But when are you getting married?
next year. So it's thank you, but it's crazy, right? Like, and I think it's just going to happen when
Is
it
that
happens.
can I ask a question about that? Is it different dating a Saudi girl compared to a European, or
Yeah. And I
well,
think,
obviously they're speaking Arabic, of course,
yeah.
different language.
And I think not just being with a Saudi woman, but I think when you're from a completely different culture, you're going to realize that the way you do the smallest things is completely different. The way you think about things that you don't even realize is completely different. From, what's a good example? Okay, this is a good example. In Saudi, in a family, you may have a driver, you may have a nanny, you may have other people that help the family. We don't have that back home. So little things that we do on a daily basis that we don't think about, you've never had to even think about before. So like a good example. making your bed, right? Like my mum used to have a go at me if I didn't make my bed. Yeah, there might have been someone that did that. You know? Oh, for example, I've worked with families here that may have nannies that clean up the room and tidy the clothes, put clothes away. You have to kind of do that yourself. And or you go to uni and you learn that. Whereas here, it might have been done for you. And I'm not saying everyone's like this, but these are just very small examples of things that you had to think about from a very early age. Okay, another example. Did your mom make you do chores in the house?
Of course.
Not here. You know, so here, washing up. I used to have to wash up every day, the plates, everything. You may not have had that here. So, like, it might be left, or there's habits that you have to build over time, or there might always have been someone there. And so that's not even thought about as a problem. This, it was made a problem as a kid to not, if you didn't clean up after yourself, your mom would have a go at you.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
You're grounded.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, you know.
Another example with me is if when I used to come home, I used to be on time. Otherwise, I'm grounded. So I remember this. My mom's gonna. My mom said that this didn't happen, but it did. In year six, when I was 11, I was grounded more than I was allowed out because I was late every day by 1 or 2 minutes.
And what was your bedtime, or what was it?
No, 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 but like going out with friends, I used to
Okay, yeah.
be home by 6. If it was 6:01 or 6:02, grounded. So it taught me you need to be on time or be early. That is definitely not an Arab culture to be on time.
No, no, definitely not.
So just given those examples, that's the difference that you're going to come in with. One of the biggest things that we do in our relationship, and I think anyone that is in a mixed culture like this, I came from a background of being early is on time. In Saudi, if you're 30 minutes late, you're on time. So we need to kind of meet in the middle. And I think that's something that you definitely need to consider. If that stresses you out, you need to find a balance that's good for you and your partner. But those are very small examples that you wouldn't think about without even
And I'm sure
realizing.
there's probably more as well.
Oh man,
Made a lot
this
of
could be a
sense.
whole podcast.
Yeah,
But
literally.
just giving it out there, I think that's good. And you'll find someone and
But
adapt.
honestly, the hardest part for me, like we were talking about, is I'm traveling.
Mm,
It's hard to commit to someone, like you were saying. I don't want to connect with someone and feel a certain way. I don't want them to connect with me and feel a certain way when I technically don't live in a place. I'm a backpack guy, just traveling around. I'd like to settle one day, but where that place will be, I don't know. So it's hard to connect in that aspect for me, to be honest.
And I think as well, there's many women here that I know that would, or even men that would love to have that. Love to be able to just pack their bags, quit their job, and just go for it. What advice would you give them if you could just give them one piece of advice for anyone that just wants to do content full time, travel the world, and then just enjoy life and try and make money off that? What advice would you give them?
Well, it is scary, to be honest. And I'll be honest, there's times where I'm like, "Oh, I could just get a normal job. Like, get a normal job just because maybe you're not making enough that month. And it's like, it's not easy, to be honest. But if it's something you're really passionate about and you don't want to work for someone, I would just say, honestly, just go for it. Go for it.
It's scary, but
It's
go for
very
it.
scary, man.
But life is scary.
It is. But the reward is so amazing if it does come true. And I'm looking at that reward. I'm like, that reward or go and nothing to people that work 9 to 5. No problem at all. But I just don't want to be yelled at by a boss or come in at this time and clock in at this time and clock out. It's not for me. For some people, it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But for me, as the type of person I am, I don't want that.
I'm the same. I could never work for someone else again. Um, don't get me wrong. I am more stressed now with the business than I've ever been in my life, and I work more than what I've ever done in my life. But then let's say you have a day where you're like, oh man, I just don't feel good. I'm just going to chill today. You can. And it might not be the weekend, but you can. And I think that's the freedom, right, of it.
We're also probably more excited with this now
Absolutely.
than I'm working.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I was coaching this morning with clients, calls, meetings, come here, and I've got the same again. And it's a lot, but it's fun, right? And I think that's the same. You might have times where you're collaborating with brands, but it's just more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also gives me that creative freedom that I can do if what I kind of want.
Saying that it's 2026. Is there anything planned for this year that you're super excited about?
2026. I want a couple of destinations I would love to go to towards the end of the year. Egypt being one, kind of Jordan, and Syria with a couple of countries. And just continue to do what I'm doing. I'm on the right track. I can feel it. The people are saying I'm on the right track. Collaborations and any kind of things that are coming to me is showing that I'm on the right track. Just continue what I'm doing.
No, I love it. I love it. And I'm glad you came on the podcast because I wasn't sure if you were in Riyadh yet. Because I know it's your base, but your content's like, is he in Oman? Is he in Jeddah? Where is he right
Have you
now?
been to Oman, by the way?
No, never.
Mate, you need to go there.
I do need to
You
go.
do need to visit. It's amazing.
I want to go there. I actually really want to go to Lebanon.
Yeah.
I've heard great things from friends that are from there, amazing things, and Jordan.
Have you been to Egypt as well? Or?
Yeah, I've been to Egypt. So I went to Cairo, and it was for a competition. So I was in New Cairo, which is very different. Very nice though, very amazing.
So those are some places I want to
Yeah.
visit.
Yeah,
For sure, man.
definitely, definitely. And the way we normally finish the podcast is quick fire questions. Normally just fun stuff. And you never normally quick fire, but the best that you can.
Sure, yeah.
What is a typical day like for you right now?
Fun and stressful.
That was quick. And what is better, tea or coffee?
Coffee, easy. Come on now.
If you had to choose one country to live in for a whole year and you can't travel, where would you go?
That's a common question I get asked, by the way.
Really?
Saudi.
Ooh, yeah, you're doing it for the audience. I love it. What is the biggest mistake people make when they start social media?
Changing themselves.
I know it's quick, but can you elaborate?
People, they see one video that does well, and they want to continue that even though it's not them. And by the end of it, when they have those followers, they reach a point where it's like, this is not me. They try to change it and it doesn't work. So I would say changing yourself too quickly.
What is one habit that changed your life?
Drinking coffee every day.
I love it.
To be honest,
Same. So I drink way too much.
too much.
How many do you have a day?
Probably having it before.
Yeah, yes.
Well, like if I was being real as well, also starting the gym, taking care of my body.
What is one quote you live by?
If not now, when? Because I'm always thinking about things like, when am I going to do it? When am I going to do it? When am I going to do it? But just do it now. Just go for it now and see what happens.
What is underrated about Saudi?
I think the transportation system, the metros here are insanely built. For anyone that hasn't seen that, they need to come here and take some notes.
Yeah, true.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Wow, what they built there, never mind like getting there quick as well. But some of the metros in Riyadh, insane.
What is the best goal that you've achieved that you're most proud of?
Coming from a tough background, with family and stuff like that, no real education, never really finished education, failed in sports, failed in multiple jobs, to being here today on this podcast, traveling Saudi Arabia off the back of social media with just a attitude of not giving an F and just going with, and no plan. Countries I go to, I don't know anyone. I didn't know anyone in Saudi, didn't know anyone in Oman, and I just go with the flow. And we talk about it a lot, going with the flow, but that is literally what I'm doing every day and seeing what happens.
What is one takeaway that people can just take away from the podcast, from one thing you're going to say right now?
Don't be afraid. Just do it. Like, listen, take it from me. I don't have much background, man, in terms of education and certificates, and I'm still living life being happy with a smile on my face. Just take every day and go with it.
And before I do end it, is that you've said this many times about your lack of education. And I think you you make it sound worse than what it may have been. But like, I'm not saying you don't have an education, but like, I think you've achieved so much now that you shouldn't identify with that anymore, right? Like, you're extremely intelligent in areas that people would love to have right now. Like, people would love to be intelligent on social media and grow and create this life that they just can't do because they don't have the knowledge and the experience that you have. So even though you don't have knowledge in one thing, you've got this incredible thing that people dream of having. And I think just make that your identity.
Yeah,
you know?
and sometimes I don't realize that, to be honest, and I need other people to point that out.
Yeah, like, man, you're doing amazing. That's why we reached out to you and was like, come on, because you're doing so well, you know?
But also that aspect of, like, sometimes I have the experience, but you just don't have that, a piece of paper that you're like, where's that paper? I don't have that, but I have the experience of doing it all. And sometimes that you get asked for those things, and it's like, it is what it is.
But you don't need it.
No, I just continue with a smile on my face and
Look,
make a video about it.
But you're doing amazing. And I think that's something that you should even take away, is realizing that like you're on this trajectory of completely changing the life that you even thought was even possible 3-4 years ago, right? Like 3-4 years ago, you'd look at this life and be like, man, that's the dream. And now you're living it. And that's way better than any education.
I agree, absolutely. Like, I would rather, and when I was doing education, I was like, I just love to travel the world, man. Forget about everything. And now you're in that moment. And I feel like there is something there for me in the future. There's something there that's going to explode and take me from here to here. I don't know what it is yet, but it's on the tip of the tongue. I can feel it.
Yeah.
And I can feel it.
That belief will just keep you going, and it's amazing. And I think that should be the biggest takeaway, is realizing that wherever you have come from.
Yeah,
Like I failed school as well, and realizing that you can become something so great that you don't even realize it's just finding that niche.
absolutely.
Now, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank
All
you
your
for having me.
socials are down below: Snapchat, TikTok, Instagrams. Check it out. Thanks for coming on, man. It's been
Thank
amazing
you for
having
having
you.
me. Thank you for having me.